The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing.
Greetings from Castle Goring, from Mickey, Aurora, and from me. Well, I am going to have to plunge right in because I have an appointment after this that I cannot be late for, because it's against protocol to be late and arrive after certain individuals. So without further ado, I am going to plunge right in with what Kay Culliton says. Anybody notice she's been wearing a ponytail like Victoria Beckham lately? Kay Culliton, thank you so much for ratifying the observation I made the other day, that Meghan has been cosplaying Victoria Beckham. Don't smile ever. Sashay, pose, and wear ponytails. Well, that's Victoria Beckham's shtick, and Meghan, yet again, is jumping on the bandwagon. Whenever anybody does something that Meghan perceives to be successful, she apes it. And then she wonders why people haven't transferred that person's success onto her. Well, simple. It's not hers. She's pinched it. And why would they transfer someone else's success to her just because she's decided she's going to pretend to be them? She's cosplayed Diana to no avail. She's now cosplaying, well, actually, I take that back. It has had great avail where Harry is concerned. It's just simply had no avail where anybody else was concerned, except the few Dumbos who consist of the Sussex squad, many of whom nowadays are bots. Now, Mickey, what's that about the guppy? Oh, we won't go there. Now we plunge into other interesting stuff, because all of this is shaping up to be such a disaster for Megsy baby. No matter what she tries, it always fails, and the public are on to her in a big way, as I am going to prove to you in a little while. Because Jackie Rydstrom says, I loved Meghan's word salad, trying to put a positive spin on there being no more With Love Meghan series with Netflix after the Christmas special. It sounds like they've pulled the plug. 10 years left time. And very likely they'll have closed down any future finances to fund as ever. Why do you call it as ever? Surely it should be called was never. Anyway, to continue. All these recent PR stunts must be Meghan's desperate attempts to find another backer. Meghan is like a rat trapped in an alleyway surrounded by restaurants, all of which have their hatches battened down so well that she can't quite gain the access to what she wants. So she scurries back and forth from one side of the alleyway to the other, trying this, trying that, trying. Well, give her credit. She certainly tries. Give her credit. She also fails. 16 tears left down. Well, as someone has observed, Meghan has gone from duchess to influencer. Because, yes, Jackie Rydstrom, you're absolutely right. Anybody who saw that ghastly, pathetic performance of Meghan and that girl for Fortune. What's it called? The Fortune. Oh, Fortune. I've forgotten what it's called. It doesn't really matter. Fortune something. Oh, yes. Fortune most powerful women. Meghan is very powerful. She's a powerful force for destructiveness. She's a powerful force for controversy, controversies, sorry, as well as contravention. But she is powerful as an entrepreneur, which is what she was being presented as. Since when was failure the recommendation for getting people to follow what you're doing? I don't think so. But anyway, she's been accused of being downgraded from a duchess to an influencer, and that she is now using the Fortune platform to announce that she is so downgraded. Of course, she doesn't put it that way. It's everything with her is an elevation and an upgrade. That she's going from feature length to now short social media films. Well, how's that going to work? How's she going to shut down the internet when she's going to end up being on it? How does that one work? I'm not really sure. I will give her credit. In the performance, for once the hands weren't flying all about the place, although every now and then the hand had to scrape by the itchy nose. Now, itchy noses are a sign of one or two things. The first one, according to psychologists, is lying. And the second one, according to pretty much everybody else, is when you're marching to the tune of, now what is it? Oh yes, cold medicine. Cold medicine. But she did make one or two points that I picked up on. Because the interviewer really rather deliciously asked her, was she going to be sort of mainlining into something like Target? And she sidestepped that because, of course, Target isn't taking her on. She's too toxic. 50 tears left eye. But so her answer, which took a great deal of time to arrive at a two-letter word beginning with N and ending in O. And then she went on about being a UGC creator and UGCs and why she had shut down the comments section on her everything. And she's tried to convert pusillanimity, rank cowardice, and trying to pretend that she's popular when everybody knows she's not, into a virtue, and that it's all sorts of elaborate entrepreneurial reasons why. And I mean, none of it actually made any sense. And she did go on about what a huge crew Suits had, 200, and was never, she said, had 80. But she is down to a crew of fewer than 10. 80 tears left eye. She did make the point that financial independence is important for her when it was made for her as in the form of a question. And of course, she announced when she was leaving this country and turning her back on public service and royal duties that she was doing it for financial independence, and that she was also, with Harry, going to forge a new way to be royal, half in, half out. And then the Queen said, "No, sweetie pie, that's not how it works, and it's not going to happen." So I entertained myself, and I hope I'm going to entertain you by going through a few of the comments. Not one, incidentally, that I read was positive. Everything was negative. So here goes. And this was the CNN channel. Chanel M says, actually, I'll just read the comments. Shame Fortune 100 for giving her this platform. She turns comments off because folk despise her. She knows it. The only business she succeeded in was her marriage to Harry. Well, in hooking him. Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up. And Stan, and would somebody please put on that Stan Getz record, Blowing in the Wind? I just love it, and so does H. She literally said nothing new. She literally said nothing, actually. But thanks for prodding me in that direction. Meghan has no self-awareness or awareness of other people. She only has me awareness. Since she doesn't concern herself with what anyone else might think, say, or care about, her conversations can only be about herself. But what I find most alarming is her ability to lie, mistreat, or manipulate people, circumstances, without a sliver of kindness or decency, yet seemingly to have no fear of the fallout, which suggests either deep mental disorders or a soulless, inhumane being. My dear, it also suggests sociopathy and rank narcissism. Meghan talks incessantly while saying absolutely nothing. Well spotted. Would not be where she is without her husband. Marginal, talentless, ruthless manipulation. The only thing she is dishing is word salad. I'm trying to understand how she is on the show when everything she has done has failed. Very good points. The people who think she talks so eloquently clearly don't understand the basic English skills, because Meghan throws in a bunch of big BS words that should make her sound intelligent, but they don't make sense. They have nothing to do with the answer, and it's actually diverting them from the question is, so she doesn't have to answer it. And may I point out, these were the first of the comments that I read. I stopped because they were so consistently appalling. No wonder she turns off her comment section, but I'm nearly finished. I have now discovered that this group of women have to pay a yearly fee of $14,500. So this is another pay to play for Meghan Markle. And so she paid money to be a member of this organization and was in this organization where she's giving a little speech. I have desperately wanted this woman to succeed. She has been given so many opportunities, and enough is enough. She is dumping her jam and wine because nobody's buying them. She's looking to rebrand again. This is not success. This is failure after failure after failure. This name I have to read out because it's such fun. Lovable Misanthrope says, she is insufferable. She is talking nonsense. Apparently, her brand is collapsing, and allegedly she owes the vendors and production is shut down. How embarrassing she dares to go on stage spewing all these lies. And the last one is, dear Meghan, when you are your authentic self, it is not something you have to work at. I hope you learn to love and appreciate and share your authentic self. Well, not if it's as rotten as it appears to be. At least she displays good taste in that direction. But let me continue. Only then will you have a brand to sell. Right now, you are authentically inauthentic. I can just see her setting up shop on Starling Alley or maybe Pol Pot Street. Not that she is a murderess, but I really don't see Meghan setting up shop and anybody is going to be buying anything except out of curiosity. But let me continue with what Grandmother Magic then says, because I want to get off this to other stuff to explain what I've been told is really going on behind the scenes. I believe Meghan Markle does everything with a plan in mind. There is nothing spontaneous about her. I also believe that she outplayed herself in Paris, as apparently she wasn't welcomed with open arms as she expected. Did you see her face when she left the fashion show? It wasn't a beaming, contented face. Her jaw was squeezed tight with anger. Obviously, there were no photos of her with the famous guests, or they would have been plastered all over the net. Well, my understanding is that she is involving Harry in another Sophie Chandorka moment. That she has been nobbling him to get in touch with Pier Paolo Piccioli and to get him to somehow massage away the admission that he has made that Meghan begged for an invitation and received one. Because not only has he blown her cover in terms of desirability socially and in terms of media desirability, but she has also been unmasked by him, because what he has said in effect is they didn't pay Meghan to go. Meghan is so desperate that Meghan had to haul her sorry posterior across the Atlantic at her own expense. 50,000 tears left eye. Well, did Gordon get any help? That's the question. Or who else might have helped? Oh dear, oh dear. Poor baby, poor baby. Can you imagine? She actually swamped the whole occasion. She even set up the possibility of a car chase. Remember the New York car chase? There was going to be the Paris car chase. The paparazzi were going to follow her. And when they didn't, what did she do? She got on her phone in the hope that they would then follow her and say and make the oh, there's the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan. She is where Diana died. What a photo op! Let's take the photo. Well, except of course that nobody thought it was worth doing, so she had to do it herself. 50 tears left eye, and maybe 100 on the right now. Talk about worldwide humiliation. This is not helping either her brand or her mental health. Poor baby love. My heart breaks for her. MS Boss Vlog says some of these names. Lady C aren't there three individuals in the marriage? Mr. Anderson, Ms. Markle, and Prince Harry. Apparently, Harry isn't happy. Don't be fooled for a second when people go down that rabbit hole about Marcus Anderson being somehow competition in, shall we say, the horizontal department, even when it's vertical. Marcus Anderson's interests do not lie in Meghan's direction in that regard. Are there three in the marriage? No. She and Marcus Anderson use each other, like each other, because they are both basically talentless non-entities who have hustled their way to the top. He actually has ability. Well, she has ability too. I mean, definitely has ability, if you know what I mean. And I gather she has lots of ability. I hope that Harry's benefiting from her abilities at this point. But it's ludicrous to think that they are a menage a trois. And, that's three in a marriage crack that Diana came up with. First of all, at the time, and I'm going to repeat this again, she thought that Charles wanted to marry Tiggy Leg Burke and that Camilla was being used as the bed. So let's remember that. So it depends exactly what period of her life she was talking about for the three in the marriage to be Charles, another woman, and her. And I'm not going to go into the fact that everybody knows that Diana has had a far richer track record of seeking love than Charles did. So the three in a marriage thing is rubbish. And it remains rubbish with Marcus Anderson. And, actually, you did say PA. I just noticed. I just assumed you meant Prince Harry. Well, if you meant Prince Andrew, I'm sorry. That's just not possible. No way. No way at all. Comte de Tancarville says, the true narrative for not going back to the UK is for one reason alone. It is to protect the children's DNA, so they cannot test them and to disprove they are of Meghan's body. The narrative is simply another way to have us folks focus on other aspects of the Sussexes. DNA can be a downfall to the Sussex clan. Well, I hear what you're saying. My understanding is that there are people close to Meghan and Harry who actually believe that and agree with you. And Meghan has been very careful in making sure that nobody in the royal family has had any access whatsoever of any consequence to those children. I don't know what she's afraid of. Do you? I mean, oh gosh, did you have the bell ring? Oh, the something has flashed up in the distance. There's a delivery of DHL. Oh, there's also one of FedEx. Oh, well, I'm sorry. You'll have to wait. I'm not going to interfere with what I'm saying to accept any deliveries. Oh, I don't even care if they're sweet little babies. No, no, no. I don't care. No, I already have 2 sons. I'm too old. I don't want another baby. Somebody sent me babies. I mean, isn't that cruel? Really cruel. Sending me babies. Well, to slightly wrap up some of what I've been saying. Evidently, Meghan and Harry are in huge trouble financially and in other ways. And some of it is obvious and some of it isn't. The fact of the matter is that Meghan is a talentless hussy who has got far on brazen manipulation and a limited degree of charm and intelligence and enthusiasm that has been laid on as and when it was necessary to do so. But ultimately, people are only interested in buying into a dream that is a dream. Once they see that the dream is a nightmare, they are certainly going to be interested in the denouement of the nightmare. They're certainly going to be interested in following what is happening. But are they going to buy into the dream using their hard-earned or well-inherited money? No. Meghan has no stature, no status, no desirability. She is deeply unpopular. She and Harry, the more they reveal of themselves, is the more disgusted people become of them and the more loathed they are by people. They used to speak about hate crimes and hate this and hate that. They have triggered all the venom and hostility that has come their way, which has been a direct response to their offensive actions. They offend decent people. They offend decent people with their hypocrisy, with their mendacity, with their arrogance, and with their total disconnection and lack of respect for people who are observing them. They seriously think that because they are authoritarian personalities who dictate to people what they are going to think about them, that people are going to obey them. I mean, she is a little Hitler, and he's a bigger, taller Hitler, but they're both very dictatorial. Now, I'm not saying that they go around killing anybody, but then actually Hitler himself didn't kill anybody personally. So, I mean, there are people who say that Meghan and Harry have blood on their hands as a result of the, shall we say, rather more rapid dispatch of his grandmother than people feel there would otherwise have been. And also, she has no scruples or conscience about her father. And on that note, I'll say thank you very much for listening. I hope this has been of some interest to you. Please let me know what you'd like us to be speaking about. Okay? Thank you so much. Godspeed. And if you have truly enjoyed this, would you care to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell, and boost or whatever else it's called? I have forgotten. It's called something. I'll eventually master it. But in the meantime, I'm just going to go with what I think it's called. Thank you. Take good care. Godspeed. Bye-bye.